G'day everyone, Scott here from One Green Thumb Gardening in Toowoomba. I just wanted to go over a couple of products that I use to do my lawn, my customers' lawns, at least twice a year. So we're just about coming now into, so it's now the 5th of March 23, and so we'll start doing our autumn, ready for winter fertilizers before all the grasses and plants go dormant. So I use two granular fertilizers, the Eco 88 and the Earthlife, and then I water that in using Earthlife Breakdown, Vicchem Soak and Wet, and then seasol, and then I add also propyzimde, which is for my winter grass and ryegrass especially, as a pre-emergent for those two. But it also does knock down other grass weeds as well. But your breakdown, Earthlife Breakdown, we'll start with one of my favorites for weed seed suppression. So breakdown is a bacterial enzyme that basically eats the dead decaying plant matter and then puts it back into the soil. Now, it used to be called weed seed killer or degerminator, but the various reasons I've had to change their name, but it's still the exact same stuff. And so in those days I was using it to spray all my lawns, and I'd have an 80% reduction of weeds in the first year. Absolutely amazing stuff. And then with your Vicchem Soak and Wet, the results that I had was just amazing, with the water going straight into the soil rather than running off. And then the grass was just so much greener from having this product on there. So I actually found out when in cotton farms, avocado farms, almond farms, when they do the first water sort of thing, like the water, instead of it running off, this here would just put the water straight into the soil. And I had a couple properties where I was just struggling to get water to go into the garden beds, and this stuff saved my garden beds. It was amazing. And then good old seasol, that's just broken down seaweed, which is really good for the root structure, like to give them a good feed and get that nice growth. Eco 88 is an organic pellet formula based on chicken manure. Then it's got a whole heap of other elements in there as well, but it doesn't work quite as fast as, say, your Crop King 88 or any of those harsh chemicals, but this here is fantastic for your soil, and it'll last twice as long. I always think of synthetic fertilizers as a Snickers bar, and your good old organic stuff is like a bowl of pasta. So no, this is great. And then this Earthlife. The other great thing about Earthlife is it does help suppress lawn grubs, armyworm. I have not treated my lawn in 4 or 5 years for either lawn grub or armyworm. It just doesn't seem to affect it. And there's a lot of people who I've talked to have had the same results using this Earthlife against lawn grubs and stuff. It doesn't work on everyone's lawn. I still do have one customer's lawn that I don't know, for whatever reason, she struggles with lawn grubs. Propyzimde, I've only started using it last year, where the ryegrass just went rampant through a lot of people. So it'd be interesting to see what it's going to be like this year. We're starting to come into autumn. Ryegrass should be starting to kick into gear in about 2 months' time. And the same with winter grass. So that is registered for ryegrass and winter grass. So that's why I'm spraying that. And what does seasol do? I know it's good for stuff. Enhances root growth, planting, stimulates flowering, fruiting, helps deal with all that sort of stuff. So I'll buy my seasol in a 20-litre concentrated drum, which is 1 mil per square metre or 100 mil per 100 square metres, opposed to store-bought ready-made, which is 20 mils per square metre or 2 litres per 100 square metres. My breakdown by a 20 litre drum, it's like $400 for a 20 litre drum. Soaking wet, I think it's $150, $200. I haven't bought it for a while. But you can only buy the Vicchem soaking wet in a 20 litre drum. We did try to go around getting it into the domestic market, but I didn't successfully go that way, and I honestly don't know how to market it to sell it into smaller bottles, so I haven't gone down that path. But it's fantastic. When you're spreading your fertilisers, either the Eco 88 or the Earthlife Lawn Blend, make sure you wear a dust mask. The Eco 88's got all the organic material, poultry, cow manure and so forth, so you don't want that be breathing that bacteria in. And the Earthlife's just super fine rock dust, so again, you don't want to be breathing it in. For the Earthlife, I use a Scott's drop spreader, as it doesn't get evaporated in the air through dust. And then the Eco 88, I just use it in a Scott's handheld, or you can just throw it by hand to get an even spread. With your Scott's drop spreader, just have your setting at number 9 for the Earthlife Lawn Blend. Absolutely hammered that on my lawn today. Went through way too much, but anyway. Went through nearly 20 kilos on 100 square metres, so when it should only be maybe 5 kilos per 100 square metres. So she got a good dose. So it'll be interesting to see what my lawn's going to come up with at a 4-time ratio. But yeah, so that's my lawn. We had a car parked here for a while, so we had a dead spot. The kids have had a slide. And I haven't had my bath or shower water coming onto the lawn because we've had such a wet year last year, so it hasn't had the quantity of water. Now here, I've trialled up to basically where my trailer tyre is. So there's no soaking wet, no seasol, no breakdown, nothing in this section. And then from this nice little green spot, must be a hole in the sewer drain, that's all been soaking wet, sea-soled, breakdown. So we'll see what the result difference is there. All right, I'll put some links in there so you can do some Googling and researching. I do find that you do need to water these in. I know that they say you don't have to, but you will get burn spots from the phosphorus in both products. So water it in. Even if they are kicking up a bit like this, you still will get a couple little brown spots here and there. But water it in and you'll have a beautiful lawn. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all my subscribers and people who share, comment, like. Again, thanks for watching and have a beautiful day. See ya.